Be selfish. Be selfish, earn more so that you are capable of distributing more.
We learn about life through questions.
Can people then change their aura?
Do they happen through the subconscious mind?
How do we get rid of it?
Does that really help?
Can we enhance it more than what it is?
To answer some of these, Mr. Praveen Mankar, founder of Pratibimb Charitable Trust, brings to you Face to Face. This week we are talking about selfishness.
In life, we tend to listen to positive people and ignore people at the slightest sense of selfishness. Nobody likes to deal with a person who is selfish. Today we learn more about our selfish behavior. So sir, my first question to you is, what according to you is a selfish act?
Anything that promotes your interest at the cost of somebody else's interest is selfish.
So humans, I don't think so. Humans inherit being selfish.
Humans
Why?
basically are born good. Good in the sense they have good qualities. It is only when the society creates impressions that the humans start deviating away from virtues. You start cultivating poor qualities. It's always under the influence of the society. What makes you selfish? A sense of lack. You have, I don't have. Comparisons. I want what you have. I want more than what you have. That makes you selfish. That makes you greedy. Greed is at the basis of selfishness.
But why is that I want more, I want to do better than you do?
Yeah, because you don't have any parameter which tells you this is enough. Let's say you are extremely hungry. You have not had food for maybe a couple of days. You are extremely hungry. And there is a plate full of food right in front of you. You will attack that food with a lot of zeal, enthusiasm, gusto. Now your hunger is getting satisfied. The rate at which you consume food will start slowing down. There will come a stage when you can no longer eat the food. You are full. At that time you stop eating. Why? Because you have had your fill. What gives you the indication that you have had your fill? Your stomach. So there is a physical parameter which tells you that it's enough. So you stop. There is no parameter in life that tells you your acquisitions are enough. So you don't know what is enough. And because you don't know what is enough, you go on seeking more, acquiring more. And then it doesn't matter whether you are acquiring at the cost of somebody. Let me give you an abstract example. I aspire to be a doctor and I take admission in a medical college. I acquire the MBBS degree because it has a lot of value in the society. I am a doctor. And then I become an actor. What have I done? I have deprived somebody else who wanted to be a doctor and who would have been a practicing doctor from being a doctor just to satisfy a whim that I want to be a doctor. I had never wanted to practice being a doctor. So I deprived somebody to satisfy something which was not my need. I was selfish.
But people usually have the tendency to put ourselves over that. The me first attitude we talk about.
That is natural. It is a natural instinct. Self-preservation is a natural instinct. So nothing wrong with that. Every species will try to protect its self-interest first. Up to that point is fine. When you try to do it at the expense of others, beyond your minimal requirement, then you are selfish. Self-interest, self-preservation is different from selfishness. It is in my interest as a human being to preserve my species. So I will do everything within my capacity, power to safeguard the interest of the human being. Up to that point is fine. Now my interests are protected. They are taken care of. Yet, I will go ahead and destroy other species. I am deliberately taking the word species. I have killed an animal to satisfy my hunger. Now I am killing an animal to decorate my wall. I have a trophy on my wall. Now that's not a need. Hunger, yes, I can understand. That's your need. You want to fill your stomach. You want to survive. So you killed an animal to feed yourself. But you killed an animal to decorate your wall. There you are selfish.
But normally, when people are selfish, we don't consider other people's feeling, like you said.
Sure.
And this leads to so many disputes we keep hearing within the
Sure.
family in terms of
Sure.
properties and whatnot. And all of this impacts relationship when we have the me first attitude,
Sure.
like we discussed. So, this self-interest that you talk about, the desire to keep getting more and more, how is that? How do you limit that desire?
Okay,
Quench
first you
your
must
selfishness.
understand that it is a disease. Anything in excess is a disease. You are acquiring things beyond your needs is a disease. And if there is a disease, it needs to be attended to. First, it needs to be diagnosed as a disease. Only then you will have a prescription, and only then you will hope to cure yourself. The problem is at the beginning. You don't think it is a disease. We say that physical diseases have definite prescriptions and definite medicines and definite cures. But nobody looks at mental diseases as diseases. For example, anger. Nobody considers anger as a disease. And therefore, there is no attempt to get a prescription, there is no attempt to get a medicine, and there is no attempt to get a cure. So you live with your anger, which is a disease. Selfishness is similar to anger. It's a disease. It's a disease of the mind. That I don't have enough, I need more. I don't have enough, I need more. And you will see that at various levels in life. You will see it between siblings, children. He has one extra dish in his plate, or one extra helping of a dish in his plate. I also want. Do you have the hunger for that? No, but just because my brother had that extra piece, I also want an extra piece. Now I will nibble at it and I will throw it. I will not consume it. But I got the satisfaction that my brother got 3 pieces, I got 3 pieces. I didn't consume 3 pieces, I consumed 2 1/4. 3/4 I wasted. My brother consumed 3. His hunger was enough to deserve 3. My hunger was not enough to deserve 3. But because he got 3, I want 3 is a comparison. That makes me feel that I am missing out on something in life. I didn't miss out on anything. I satisfied my hunger with 2 pieces. But that realization doesn't come, that my need is so much, his need is more. So you see that in children, you see that in adults. Oh, you have a 2 BHK, I have a 1 BHK. So you have something more. So unless I have as much as you have, I am unhappy. Now I have a 2 BHK, now you and I are at the same level, I still want to be above you. Now I want a 3 BHK. Why do you need 3 BHK? To show that I am superior to you. So this unhealthy want, desire, is creating this imbalance in the society. Many people are having things more than they need, and yet they want more. And you even have advertisements which say, give me more. So what are you encouraging? You are encouraging this greed mentality. And this greed mentality leads to selfishness, even at the cost of depriving somebody of what is essential for him. Like that MBBS seat was essential for somebody who had to select an alternative career because I grabbed the seat which I never intended to use for medical practice.
So what you're saying is, desiring is fine, but if you desire in excess, that will be
And the difficulty is identifying what is excess. Because even the person who has abundance, he always feels that there is something missing, something less.
Yes.
So you are not judicious enough to understand, okay, this is the limit, I need to stop. Defining the limit and stopping is a science and an art. Science because there is a limit, and art because you must be able to control yourself to stop at that limit. Enough is enough.
And how do you define that limit?
What do you need? I need only so much for myself and my immediate responsibility, which is my family. That's enough. Now, I want to make more to make not only my family comfortable, but my child's family is also comfortable. Then
Yeah.
you are going beyond your necessities. You make your child capable to fend for himself and deal with his life. That's your responsibility. Providing for the child's future is not your responsibility. Making him capable to deal with his future, that is your responsibility. At a certain stage, your hunger goes on increasing. From childhood to adulthood, your hunger goes on increasing. Then there is a plateau. If you are eating 3 rotis, you will continue eating 3 rotis. And then there is a slight dip. From 3 rotis, you come down to 2 rotis and 1 rotis, and slowly it tapers down. But I will still earn for 20 rotis. So we don't know where to stop. Learning to know when to stop is an art. Suppose you are running a 100-meter race and you have touched the tape. Will you still run with the same intensity after touching the tape? No. Why do you slow down? You have achieved your objective. Slow down.
So basically, our limit would be anything above what we need is
Is greed.
selfishness and greed.
Anything above what you need is always greed.
Okay, that's a very interesting point. But so if you look around, I see a lot of books on self-help, but not one book on helping others. Very, very few books. Is it really bad when we put ourselves first? Is it bad to be selfish sometimes?
Not at all. Be selfish. Be selfish, earn more so that you are capable of distributing more. Are you fulfilling that objective? Yes, I want more because I want to give more. Then it is fine. I want more because I want to stack it up. What's the point? Then you are stacking up non-performing assets. They are not performing. They are just lying idle in your house. If they were distributed out into the society, they would be used. So anything that is being hoarded, not being put to use, degrades, gets destroyed.
You know, in the society, people say that, earn so much that your 7 generations live on it. And that's why people keep that stack,
Yeah, but what's the guarantee that the 7 generations would utilize whatever you have earned fruitfully? They can even squander it. Not knowing where to stop is an important problem in the society. We must not only teach children to compete and race for the top spot, but we must also teach children where to stop.
That is very important, knowing where to stop. So in this society, when we look around with so much greed and selfishness, do you think that man can actually reduce the desires and not be selfish? And how does he get to that limit?
If you don't reduce your desires voluntarily, the universe finds a way to curtail you. Now you have a lot of money, but you can't eat food because you have this disease, that disease. The doctor stops you from eating. Now you were earning money to be able to enjoy food. What is the point? Now you can't. Like we say in Hindi, no? चने हैं तो दांत नहीं है और दांत है तो चने नहीं है. So the universe finds the balance. The balance is restored by the universe. If you are not understanding this simple law of the universe, you are going towards your doom.
So basically, define your limits, and in
Always.
case you are aspiring for more, give away also.
There is no limit in giving. There is always a limit in taking.
Absolutely. Drop your selfishness, give freely, which makes not only yours but others' lives meaningful as well.
If you have some questions about life, please connect with us. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon for weekly updates.